Today is day 3. Of all the soaps that I've made, I've never really tried to do that much with the liquids. It's always been water, except for the milk, which I tried a few times. But today, I'm going to try making it with tea and seeing how it holds up. And some folks say you can make it with the tea leaves right in it and then strain it after you put the lye in it. But I don't have any strainers that aren't metal. And folks at home who haven't tried this before, lye water or lye tea or whatever kind of lye fluid you have plus metal equals weird hissing and vapors and burning looks, and it's not that great. Be careful with your metal and lye. Don't use aluminum, anything, and lye, because it will fizz and spit and do all kinds of crazy weird things. So I'm just going to make the tea. I'm going to brew it, and that way I don't have to worry about straining it later. This tea is for me and mine. I'm ready to pour or measure my tea, and this is a black tea, 206 grams. Perfect! A little extra left over, but that's okay. Whew. Perfect, perfect. So this is going right into my ice bath so it can cool down. And I'm going to add my lye to it so it can heat right back up. Hot, cold. Hot, cold. I'm going to measure the lye. Everything is measured, the oils are heating up. I'm going to go add the lye to the tea outside. Nothing is going to change in terms of the looks, it's just going to get really hot. But hopefully I'm going to keep it in the ice bath and add it little by little, kind of like I did with the milk, so it doesn't get too hot. It's the tea in the ice bath, and the lye is in there. And right now, despite my best efforts, it's still hit 120. If you were just dump a bunch of lye into water or into a liquid, it would spike up higher than that really fast. So I guess for lye safety, aside from the gloves, goggles, long sleeves, like however else you'd like to protect yourself, and not breathing in the fumes, like don't bend directly over it while you're mixing it until it's done fuming. But add it a little bit at a time and stir it until it's dissolved. And that way you'll ensure that you're not going to hurt yourself, it's not going to burn or anything like that. And always add lye to your liquid. Always, always. Never the other way around. If you do it the other way around, chances are it'll probably do this volcano thing and it'll spit and spurt everywhere and it'll probably get on you and it'll hurt a lot. So remember, snow falls on the lake. I read that somewhere, and I thought that was a really easy way of remembering to pour the lye onto the liquid. Snow falls on the lake. And over here we've got our oils melting. So these have a little way to go to meet in the middle. You've got this, which has to heat up, and this, which has to cool down, and hopefully they'll reach their points at the same time. In addition to which, this batch is getting super fatting with jojoba. Now these 3 days, 1, 2, and 3, I'm using the same soap recipe, I'm just using different things to it. So you can see, if you're at home and you're using your own soap recipes that you've made up, what the addition to each of these things will do for you, or do for your soap. So I'm going to add the jojoba oil, and I'm going to add Honig von Deutschland, honey from Germany. It's a tasty one too, I like it. But I like it in my tea, so I thought it appropriate for tea soap. Using the tea and seeing what it does to the soap. And ultimately, what it'll do when I use the soap in like a month and a half, once it's done curing. Oh, waiting. Well, there's nothing to it but to just make more soap, right? Alright, all the oils are the right temperatures, so I'm going to go ahead and pour the lye now. And again, it's the same as the other day. Want a pencil stream thickness while pouring it in. This is a lot different from anything that I really recall seeing or anything like that. It is a really dark color. Oh boy, I might not need that chocolate after all. I can say goodbye to the cream. So we'll see how this turns out once it starts to fluff. Let me put this down and I'll bring you right over here so you can see this. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to lighten up just like all of the soaps do once I blend it. Hit it with the stick blender a few times. That is really impressive though. It's a really nice color. It'd be nice if it stuck around that way, but I don't know. I'll be happy with whatever. Who knew that the tea would make it that dark? And it was just black tea. It wasn't flavored, to the best of my knowledge. It's a loose tea we've had for a really long time. It looks like, and kind of feels like, has anybody out there made candy before? Because this is what this reminds me of, a bit. Is making candy. The sugar, as it gets hotter, caramelizes and makes this really dark color. I wonder if there is any sugar in there. Or maybe it's just the black tea. Maybe I brewed it really strongly. I don't know. Alright, well I'm going to put you down. I'm going to hit it with a stick blender just to make sure that the lye and the oils start to incorporate together really, really well. Well, it has lightened up. Not as much as I thought it would. Because for the most part, I didn't think it would make that big of a color difference. I'm not sure why I thought that. Curiouser and curiouser. We still have a little ways left to go